really not into dreams anymore, okay? I'm into fucking nightmares. You guys with me on that? You gotta end somebody's dream. You gotta take their job. You gotta take their heart. Are you guys clear about this NFL shit now?
Commitment to excellence. There's a commitment to excellence. The greatest players. We could get the greatest coaches. The great games we've played in. The flame that would burn brightest here is the will to win. Is the will to win. Is the will to win.
Your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You were magnificent.
But the thing that I like this week, that was better than last week, nobody gave up, so that was huge for us.
The greatness of the Raiders.
Raiders! What's going on? What's going on? You know, Al Davis always gave you a chance to be you, right? Everybody knows that, right? Al Davis always gave everybody a chance to be themselves. We're in a whole different era right now, man. Let's get in the chat. What's going on, David? How you doing? How you doing? Sebastian? What do you mean, how the Raiders fell hardcore? I don't know. Why don't you tell me, bro? Why don't you tell me, man? Said JJ will be signed next season. We got tons of money along with some ballers in 2024. All right, first of all, bro, let's not – I love you, bro, but, like, let's not pull out the lame duck card, right? I ain't playing that shit tonight. You know, as far as the lame duck card and that, you know, like, essentially you break it down, and the Raiders had the third most cap space going into free agency, and you're telling me the Raiders can't set aside enough money to pay Jacobs? And you're gonna pull out that card right now. And a lot of other people in Raider Nation are pulling out that card as well. So you're like, oh, we're gonna have a lot of tons of money next year. We had plenty of money this year. We're not paying a quarterback $40 million a year, right? So all of a sudden now we get down to the wire. The deadline happens with Josh Jacobs, and now all of a sudden it's an anomaly, and everybody thinks that Josh Jacobs is going to play under the franchise tag. This is an epic failure. When you have a super stud on your team like Josh Jacobs, and you can't get a deal done, and they're pulling out the lame duck card, and then the shill media, the you know, insiders and stuff are feeding you guys a bunch of horse shit, and you guys are eating it up, and then you guys are repeating the same, like, shit. So, I don't know, bro. I would say I would evaluate everything from the get-go, bro. They paid Hunter Renfrow. They paid Jacoby Myers. They paid Devontae Adams. You got over $40 million invested into the fucking wide receiver room. $40 million with a mediocre quarterback. But you won't pay a running back. It's mind-blowing, dude. Utterly mind-blowing. It's an epic fucking failure. Epic failure, dude. What's up, JT Money? Gabriel, what's up, man? Big Worm, what up, dog? Hopefully you're doing good. Raiders 07 said a picture of McDaniels' hat upside down says it all. It does, man. That's what I'm saying. Raiders 07. That's why I put that picture on there, man. What kind, dude, you guys think if I wear my hat like this, would that be cool? Dude, I'm telling you, as soon as I seen that live on the game, bro, when Josh McDaniels wore our emblem upside down, I said, we're fucked. We're so cursed from this fucking dude. Like, seriously, dude, how you gonna, like, it just, like, it says it all, dude. There's, like, no other fucking words, man. Josh Jacobs is fucking pissed, man. How fucking stupid is it that we have a general manager that says we need homegrown guys, and we have one in Josh Jacobs, a homegrown dude, and they won't get him a contract? How fucking oxymoron is that, dude? It's like, it pisses me off so bad because he's so condescending and he's such a bullshit fucking liar, and people won't call him out when he's saying we want homegrown dudes, and we have one, and they won't give him a contract, and he's a super stud, and he's the best running back in the NFL. Anything less than anybody saying it's a failure, I got no words for you. Without me getting really fired up, really angry, and I don't want to get like too personal on this, but this is an epic failure. Abso-fucking-lutely. Like, to me, when the season ended and I said, we'll know this coaching staff with what they do with Josh Jacobs, I was like, okay, I was okay with the Derek Carr thing. Darren Waller thing pissed me off. But I'm like, even after that, let's see what happens with Josh Jacobs. They proved to us what the fuck their intentions are or are not. And this to me means that we're in full fucking tank mode and we're going to go into a 3 to 5 year rebuild. That's what this means. Josh Jacobs is a lot of things. The one thing Josh Jacobs is not is a liar. And Josh Jacobs has said that if, people that want to misquote the thing when he's like, hero turned villain, and when he said, he'll play under the franchise tag if he feels the team did enough. Obviously, the team did not do enough. Obviously, he doesn't have that confidence in there. Josh Jacobs was sitting in the Raiders parking lot with Max Crosby waiting to get a fucking contract deal done. That's how much he loves this team, dude. He's sitting in the fucking parking lot like a fucking bum, not able to go into the fucking building because they won't give him a contract. Yeah, let's not pay him. I've heard the dumbest shit this fucking year. The dumbest shit from Raider Nation, Raider fans, people that cover the Raiders, insiders. I've heard it all. The biggest horse shit year I've ever fucking heard. Other years when there was like trade rumors with Derek Carr and all that stuff, I didn't participate in any of that. I didn't buy into any of that. This was completely fucking different because this is a super stud. This is the best running back we've had in over 20 years. Nobody can even compare to fucking Josh Jacobs and the talent in the first 4 years of production. People want to compare him with Christian McCaffrey. I've done it, dude. I'm not even going to keep going over all the stats. It's fucking done and over with. We're in full tank mode, dude. I'm telling you, that's what this coaching staff is going to do. And is going to piss off some other players. You wait and see when we're midway through the season and Devontae Adams is fucking pissed off. You'll see. And then Devontae Adams is probably going to want the fuck out of here because he didn't sign up for this shit at all. At all. He was supposed to be in a win now fucking team. It's stupid. We all got hoodwinked. And they're still hoodwinking you. And some people guzzling it up, man. It's fucking crazy, guys. JT Money said 100% failure. Facts. People are like, oh, tell Josh Jacobs to take a pay cut. Dude, we had the third most fucking cap space going into free agency. Right? Did we not? Who did we get? Who did we get that's a super stud out of free agency? Jacoby Myers? Get fucking real. They had plenty of money to fucking schedule this shit, to get this shit done. It's more than an epic failure. They're complete fucking morons. And when we're not winning games and they're tanking for fucking Caleb Williams, let's fucking go 0-10. Clap it up. Raider Nation for life. You guys are fucking awesome, dude. Yeah, Josh Jacobs is a big FU to Josh. I think you mean Josh McDaniels. In the disrespect, shake my head. Mark Davis is a fucking idiot. Yeah, you didn't say that, but I did. Yeah, I know you did, Big Worm. A lot, like, I don't know how to put it, bro. I think a lot of us that are like somewhat intelligent, like we're seeing this bullshit a mile away, Big Worm. Gabriel was right there with us, man. Ask Gabriel. We were in fucking chats together, and I fucking told him this shit was gonna fucking happen. I seen this bullshit a mile away, and I hate to be that guy, but I'm just fucking telling you the facts, man. These clowns don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they don't give a shit about us, the Raiders, or if we're in a win now mode. That's what this means. They don't give a fuck, guys. They're fake. They're pretending like they fucking care. And they got the insider shills feeding us a bunch of bullshit. That's what it fucking is, guys. And I'm sick of it. And I'm sick of the people that are so fucking brainwashed and they won't even see things as they fucking really are. Yeah, how you wear the shield upside down. I don't know. I mean, you got to be a complete fucking moron, dude. You know? Yeah, I know, man. The 2000 look. I don't know what fucking talk about, dude. Shout out to you, salute, protect the shield. Salute. I'm angry, man. I'm tired of this fucking dog and pony show, guys. I'm tired of people that are so fake, like our general manager that says we need to have our own homegrown guys, and we have one, we can't get it done. And the people that say that John Gruden completely failed, and he didn't. When you have a Max Crosby, what about Nate Hobbs? What about Trayvon Moehrig? Are those guys nothing to our fucking team? What about Colton Miller? What about our center? Those are all the previous regime's fucking guys. But yet we need homegrown guys. We can't grow our own. We can't develop our own, huh? Well, we fucking got some, huh? And some of them are on our team, and some of them won't be on our fucking team. Raiders 07 said Giants doing the same, or doing Barkley the same way, but the difference is Jacobs led the league and less injury prone. Facts. Josh Jacobs, his production is way better. And I've proved it in past videos, man. You can go check him out, dude. Not you, I'm saying other people, but yeah. Yeah, Sebastian, he won't. Devontae Adams is not going to stay for a rebuild. And you got to think, real dudes that like Devontae Adams from Palo Alto, he can see fake motherfuckers a mile away. He ain't going to stick around, bro. So what? We're going to have Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, Hunter Renfrow will probably be gone too. They may not trade Hunter Renfrow yet, but I bet you Hunter Renfrow's gone by midway through the season. If any of you guys heard fucking Ziegler's fucking when he got the hype video or whatever the Raiders did, and he's talking, he's like, well, fans don't understand some things. This is why we had so many draft picks. Yeah, I talked about that, and I saw their plan the entire time. It was to dump players to try to get compensatory picks, and we got some. But if you look at all the players they dumped, they actually failed even on that. If you look at all the players the Raiders got rid of and what they were expecting to get in return from letting those players go, they fucking failed. Their whole fucking Einstein plan to get a bunch of draft picks to get guys on cheaper contracts failed. It bit them in the ass. But Ziegler told you exactly what their plan was right then and there. He said, fans are emotional. They don't get it. But we made moves at the beginning of the season and during the season, so that way we would be ready for the draft right now. Their entire time was not to fucking win. That's what he just said. The entire time was not to win. The entire time was to dump the fucking team, no matter if they were a good player or not, and fucking move along. They only signed enough guys to dangle the carrot in front of our fucking face so we still stay diehard, hardcore fucking Raider fans. That's what that means. It means they lied to us, they're fake as fuck, and they did everything that they said they weren't going to fucking do. And now we're in a 3 to 5 fucking year rebuild. That's what this means. These guys are fucking clowns, man. And if you don't see it, wake the fuck up. Because I see this bullshit a mile away. And I'm tired of the brainwashed motherfuckers in this world. They're a cancer to everybody that won't call shit like it really fucking is. They're so worried about their money and making shit off of YouTube. They're fake as fuck. But congrats. Thumbs up, bro. Glad Raider Nation buying your tickets to fucking Raider games. Fake ass motherfuckers is what you are. And I hope all you guys fucking see him. I hope you guys see him, and I hope you fucking call these motherfuckers out. Because I see him a mile away. Salute to you, Rebel Raider. And thanks for being understanding the giveaway, bro. Said, I agree with you, brother. And this is coming from a guy that has supported Josh McDaniels. I did too at first, man. I did too. But like you have to evaluate someone by their fruit, man. When they're telling us one thing and they're doing another, we have to look at their actions, not their words. They're feeding us loads of bullshit, man. These guys are like professional bullshitters. And I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying, like, in general, dude, like anybody in life, like, look at their actions, not what they tell you, man. Everybody talks a good game. Talk. Look at their actions and what they do. And that will tell you who the fuck they really are. And that goes in all aspects of life. And they've proven to all of us in Raider Nation who the fuck they are. And they hoodwinked us. We've been hoodwinked again, Raider Nation. It's fucking awesome. It feels good. It feels good that we got stud players. We could be in a win now mode. And instead, I told you guys a while back, there's a fork in the road. We're at a key pivotal point with some key players under a certain circumstance of a 2 to 3 year window. And either we go this way, win now, or we go this way, and that's rebuild. And they're toting the line. They haven't even chosen a fucking path yet. But this, to me, means they've actually chosen the path. And it's not a win now mode. They've been towing the line on both sides. They won't go left. They won't go right at the fork in the road. They're weaving in and out. They might as well get rid of Devontae Adams, Max Crosby, and fucking everybody. That's what we might as well fucking do. And I'm sorry, I'm pissed and I'm cussing, but I don't fucking care. I'm tired of this shit. And I'm tired of getting lied to by regimes. And I'm tired of when we do seldomly have super studs that want to be a Raider, and we fucking shit can their ass. Because there's not too many guys in the last 20 years that really, really wanted to be a Raider. And he should be compensated for his fucking super studness. Fucking make that in the fucking dictionary. Super studness. Right fucking there. Just made up my own fucking word. Yeah, Gabriel, you hit the nail on the head, bro. Don't be surprised Max Crosby wants out, bro. I know. It's fucked up, but it's true. You're just speaking the truth, man. Anyone who said don't pay Jacobs is a stupid idiot. It's facts, man. It's facts, man. It's just so irritating, guys, man. Do I see Raiders trading Jacobs? I think this regime is spineless. I think they'll trade their fucking mother. And I don't think they give a fuck. That's what I think. And we're probably in full tank mode for a quarterback. So I don't think their intention is to spend that money on Jacobs. I don't think it ever was or it would have got done. I mean, we got to think. We had the third most cap space. Dude, it's not like they couldn't have forked up another $3 million a year to get this done, guys. Let's be fucking real about this shit. $3-4 million. I don't know what Jacobs was asking, but if the franchise tag is $10 million, let's say they were like, hey, we'll pay you 13, 14 mil, somewhere in that range, right? We're paying fucking, what's his name? Brandon Baldwin. This regime cut Kenyon Drake. And yeah, maybe Kenyon Drake should have been making as much money as we were paying him. But this regime cut Kenyon Drake, and we took a big cap hit on Kenyon Drake. And then they bring in Brandon Baldwin. Brandon Baldwin, who's fucking trash, is making $2.8 million a year. Just if you wouldn't have signed Brandon Baldwin, how about you take that 10 mil for the franchise tag? And how about you take the money you gave to Brandon Baldwin, the 2.8 mil, and why don't you give that to fucking Josh Jacobs? I mean, there's so many ways you can slice and dice this. How about you'll give Hunter Renfrow as much money, and then you have some money to fucking give Josh Jacobs? Oh, we take a $5.6 million cap hit because this regime gave Derek Carr a contract, and then this regime traded Derek Carr and wanted to get draft compensation, and it bit him in the ass. So we take a $5.6 million cap hit on Derek Carr. We could have used that for fucking Josh Jacobs, huh? But this staff doesn't give a fuck. They tell you they like Jacobs. He's a great guy. Love to have him in the building, but their actions show you who the fuck they are. They don't want him. They don't want real Raiders, and they don't want Oakland Raiders. Oh, we got Max Crosby. That's like one. Colton Miller. They've shown all of us their true intentions, and it's not to win now. Anybody thinks otherwise, I got no fucking words for you. Wake up. Why didn't we sign him ahead of time? That's what I'm saying, bro. They should have. We could have, dude. We had a lot of cap space. That's not their intentions. They're not in a win now mode. You want to know my theory on it? If we have Jacobs, there's no way we're tanking the season, guys. Josh Jacobs will not let us tank the season. He will will us to wins. But this staff is in full tank mode trying to get a quarterback next year. That's my opinion. I believe we're in full fucking tank mode, and they know if Josh Jacobs is on the team, he won't be bought in on a fucking tank season. But you make Jacobs hold out and not be a Raider, well, then your plan for success of full tank mode in full effect, well, there you go. You know, Ziegler's even said things when he's gotten interviewed about having quarterbacks on cheap contracts and rookie contracts and how that's a key for success. That tells you all you fucking need to know, guys. Right there. He told you his game plan right there. Raider Rebel said McDonald's just felt insecure because he had a similar than Jacobs or smaller. Oh, that's funny, bro. Oh, man. It said Adams will be gone soon as much as I hate seeing him go. It's sad, dude. Best wide receiver we've had. Probably talent-wise. Dude, I loved Tim Brown. My favorite wide receiver, right? Favorite Raider wide receiver. Favorite player growing up for me. Besides, let's say, Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen. But, like, you know, definitely my later years and whatnot, Tim Brown was the dude. And I think Devontae Adams has more natural, God-given athletic talent than Tim Brown did. And that's saying a lot because Tim Brown was a super stud, a Heisman Trophy winner. But I think Devontae Adams and his miraculous catches that he makes is a special dude, and I think he's better than Tim Brown. And I think he could be with the Raiders and help us, you know, win some championships. But it's not looking good. When his contract jumps to like 40+ mil in 2025, what do you guys think is going to happen? What do you guys, dude? These guys have shown you everything of what they're about. They will get rid of Devontae Adams before they pay him $40 million a year. I bet they do. I bet they do. Spash said, hope not, bro, but we got to win, but McDaniels concerns me. Dude, he's showing us who he is, guys. Dude, I'm telling you, dude, I've got over 10 years of management and leadership, dude. Like, you know, like, dude, I can see good leaders and bad leaders. Dude, I can. It's what motivated me to be a leader in the first place. And I've seen some of the worst leaders in the world, and you always look at their actions and what they do, not what they tell you. And I'm telling you, McDaniels is a terrible, terrible fucking leader. He might be able to call plays, but this dude is fucking trash. He's not good for our organization. He's a cancer. This is not good, guys. This is going to fucking... You guys think John Gruden was fucked up and set us back? You wait. You wait what the fuck this is going to do. We're going to lose the entire locker room by week fucking 4. All the other clowns that are still sucking off McD's, you know what I'm saying? They'll wake up eventually, or they won't. And they'll just keep slobbing on that even after fucking McD's leaves. So Rebel Raider said 4-13 at best now for sure. Zamir White will head hurt in the first 100 carries. He's no JJ 28. Facts, man. He's not. I mean, like, dude, Zamir White could be a good like combo, but like he's like a Michael Bush. You know, you guys remember Michael Bush? He was good. I liked Michael Bush, but he wasn't a super stud. There's a difference. He was a pretty good running back. He was not a super stud. And that's what like Zamir White is. Like, he's good. I don't think he's a super stud. Not like Josh Jacobs. He's got tunnel vision, man. You see that guy trying to hit holes last year? I mean, he had a couple good plays, but then all of a sudden, dude, the dude had like tunnel vision, couldn't hit the fucking hole. He said, Gabriel, shout out to you, man. He said, yep. He's like, I said, you called the Hardcore Raider in the chat about Jacobs and the franchise nightmare. I did, bro. I mean, I hate to say it because I don't want to do that, but like I did, man, because I just fucking, I could see it, man. You can like you start putting, I told you guys this in my last videos, you take all the shit, man, you throw it against the wall, you start making a fucking beautiful picture out of it. This picture turns out to be a fucking nightmare, bro. So what's really sad is Raider Nation fan base went full delusional. It's because we're getting brainwashed by the insiders, bro. They're feeding us a load of bullshit. They've been doing it for a long time. I didn't want to fucking say shit about it because I don't want to like talk bad about the Raiders. I don't, dude. I fucking love this team. But at some point, I had enough, and I'm like, I gotta call it out. I can't. I'm gonna completely fucking disappear from YouTube again, like I did for a couple fucking years, or I'm going to start calling it out. And you know what? I'm not monetized, so whatever. They want to cancel culture me. Fucking, I'm sure they will eventually. Then so fucking be it, man. I get paid from this, so you know what? If I was monetized, might be a little different, but I'm not monetized, so they can fucking suck it. Those insider shields are fucking garbage, man. Absolute fucking trash, bro. They don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. They say the dumbest shit, man. If you listen to these insiders and what they talk about, right? And they do not point out, a lot of times they fluff certain things to fit a certain narrative or agenda, but they will leave out certain facts. And they do that on purpose. It's a tactic they do. They'll pull a lame duck card out, first of all, meaning they pretend to be stupid. And then second of all, they pretend like you're stupid. And then third of all, they'll leave out key important information to fit their narrative and their agenda that they're trying to push. This is how they fucking operate. And this is why it pisses me off, because maybe I think everybody should be able to see it, but not everybody does. But I see these fuckers a mile away and it gets me lit the fuck up. Gabriel said, we ain't winning as long as Mark Davis is the owner of the Raiders. You might be right, man. You've been saying that for a while, and I just like, oh man, you're probably right, but there's got to be something more to it than that, man. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, if we get new ownership, I mean, that's just a full fucking nightmare too, man. I feel like, so I don't know, bro. But you probably are right. Rebel Raider said, I need blood pressure medicine after today, dude. Fuck this whole staff. Me too, bro. Me too. Why do you think I'm sipping on a whiskey? I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm like, something take my mind off of this, bro. And I got a pack of cards. Should I break this pack of cards? This is like, opening cards is like my therapy. It's the only thing I can fucking do. You know, Raiders kicking me in the fucking nuts every fucking day. Nutty Raider Nate, dude. What up, big dog? What up? Raiders 07 said, Renfro will get traded as soon as the team gets their wide receiver hurt, and they need a slot wide receiver. Yeah, you're probably right, man. You're probably right, bro. You're probably right. Big Worm. What up, man? What up? He said, yeah. Yeah, I won't repeat that, but yeah. We know, bro. He said Willie is going to go off right now too, hardcore. Yeah, or is going off right now too. Yeah, I seen a video he did. Dude, you know what? I want people that are passionate about this fucking team, dude. That's all I know. You know what I mean? Like, I know some people, like, you know, I busted him down a little bit at times, but like, I'm glad he's standing his ground. I'm glad he's not jumping ship to be a Saints fan, man. So, you know, and he's fired up. I'm fucking glad, dude. I think everybody needs to have a little fire in their soul sometimes, man. Yeah, Raider Force One. He said, Josh Jacobs, Raider Nation loves you. Facts. Shout out to Raider Force One, man. We all love Josh Jacobs, bro. That's why this shit hurts, man. He said, I don't get it. A strong run game opens up our passing game. Why would they not sign JJ? Hashtag confused. Because they're freaking idiots, Robert. Because they don't know what they're doing, man. Because they're like, you're right. It doesn't make any sense, right? So let's look at this analytically. It doesn't make any sense, right? Unless they have another agenda, and their other agenda is not to win right now. That's like, it's seriously like the only way, guys. You don't spend over $40 million in a wide receiver room with a mediocre quarterback. Now, Devontae Adams, we all agree he's worth it, okay? Outside of Devontae Adams, everything's questionable. Dude, they gave contracts. I've said this, dude, for months now. They gave Derek Carr a contract, got rid of him. They gave Darren Waller a contract, got rid of him. They did not give, you know, the one guy that earned a contract, meaning Josh Jacobs, they didn't give him a contract, right? They gave Hunter Renfrow a contract, and there's been rumors of like Raiders shopping him, and they're probably going to dump Hunter Renfrow by the deadline. I think it's like sometime in June, or no, not June. When is that? Maybe it's November. I'd have to look it up, but like about midway through the season is the deadline to trade a player to either get a draft pick, like in a straight trade, or a compensatory pick. And I bet you they're going to dump Hunter Renfrow, but they're going to eat a lot of money on that too. I'm telling you, they've signed people contracts that they shouldn't have signed people like contracts to. They've gotten rid of a lot, some of those guys. And then the guy that earned a contract, they didn't sign him. But we got Devontae Adams, which is a good move. I will say that. But then they paid Hunter Renfrow. Questionable. I like Hunter Renfrow, but it's possible they paid Hunter Renfrow too much money. And then they bring in Jacoby Myers, right? And then we draft wide receiver in the 4th round. And then the rule changes for like kickoffs and stuff. So they're like pissed off. So like, dude, they've like gone. And then we have other guys like Cam Sims and there was a Devontae Parker, some other guys, or I don't remember if it's Devontae Parker, but we got some other guys, but they're not like a big ticket item. But the point is like, why would you invest over $40 million in the wide receiver room when you have a lot of questions at quarterback? And if you have a mediocre quarterback and questions at quarterback, you would want a strong run game. You would want somebody to pass protect for that injury-prone quarterback, right? You would want somebody that can pound the rock. You would want that for your team to open up the pass game. You're absolutely right. But when you have clowns running an organization, which to me, it means that we're not in win now mode, it's showing everybody you should be able to have your own, not attacking you, but I'm saying everybody should have their own analytical brain to look at this and know that their intentions is not to win now. And that's fucked up, guys. That's really messed up because that's not what we were told. And it wasn't supposed to go down like this. And they've had excuses. Last year was, these aren't our guys, right? So they had to dump the roster and all this shit. What's going to be their excuse going into this year? Especially if they're trying to tank for a QB. I'm curious, what's going to be the excuse this year? How long is Mark Davis going to fucking deal with this horse shit? How long is Raider Nation going to deal with this horse shit? We love this team so much. We'll still fucking go when it's like 0-10, but at some point we should hold them accountable as well, in my opinion. Yeah, feel like getting kicked in the balls. Pause. Facts. Yeah. No, and repeatedly. It's like getting kicked in the balls, and then maybe pause, and then maybe some more balls. Fucking, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Hit the like button. Thanks, Protect the Shield. Appreciate that. Rebel Raider said, I agree. We need to let Adams and Crosby go away, have a chance to win. Mark Davis looks like Harry from Dumb and Dumber. We have the most clueless and dumbest owner in the NFL history. Dude, Al Davis would fucking puke, bro. Think about that for a second. What would Al Davis do? I'm not saying exactly Al Davis would pay Josh Jacobs, but damn, dude, you got to think Al Davis would be doing some shit differently, and Al Davis would not be happy with this general manager and this coach. The general manager says he walks by Al Davis's picture and gives him a little salute or high five, dude. Because he respects what Al Davis did. Okay, well, you're showing us a lot of like your respect for Al Davis, in my opinion, and you're not even doing close to the Raider way and what Al Davis fucking would do, in my opinion. Robert said the final straw would be at the end of the season. Kansas as shitty queefs and win a Super Bowl and our Death Star. Hell no. Oh, bro, dude, you just went there. Oh, God, man, that's the nail in the coffin, dude. I thought about that last year, but like when you said that, bro, that hurts so much more. I mean, think about that, guys. Think about that. That it took how many years since 1960 to 2022 or 2023, right? So set like 70, 70 or no, 40, 60, like 62 years for the Chiefs to finally get 3 Super Bowl wins, to tie the Raiders. And could you imagine if the Kansas City Chiefs' 4th Super Bowl win, meaning to surpass the Raiders with 3, that their 4th Super Bowl win was in our stadium? How many people in Raider Nation think that Al Davis would settle for that shit? We could be in a win now mode, but you're right. We might as well keel over and let the fucking Chiefs, like that one. Who saw that video back in the day when we were building the stadium and there was a Chiefs fan that went there, the construction site, and took like a shit right in front of our fucking stadium. Fucking douchebag. That shit pissed me off. But yeah. And I guess supposedly they buried, someone said they buried, a Chiefs fan buried like a Chiefs jersey or Chiefs flag or something somewhere on the site. So I don't know, guys. Said, when the team is just win now, how do we do that? Sorry, screen's kind of far away. When the team is just a win now, baby, how can we do that when we keep letting go of our best players and all of these bad drafts that have haunted us? I mean, facts, but not all the drafts. Like the drafts weren't great, but like, dude, we hit on like at least 1 to 3 guys per draft. Almost always every draft, we got at least 1 to 3 guys per draft. We just weren't hitting on the first round. But most teams don't, guys. We hit on some draft picks. You know what I mean? But you're right. I'm not going to disregard. I'm just saying we hit a little bit more on the draft than people give us credit for. So just tank, baby. Commitment to mediocrity. Facts, dude. It's facts, bro. It is commitment to fucking mediocrity. And we shouldn't accept it. This isn't like what Raider Nation is supposed to be about, bro. Queef dumb, Chiefs fans eat corn the long way. Nice. That's awesome. Oh, he said, Sebastian said, I don't want to see Chiefs, 49ers, Cowboys in a Super Bowl in Vegas. Fuck that. Yeah, dude. I mean, there's a lot of teams you could go there with. I mean, who's got to be number 1 though, bro? It'd have to be Broncos or Chiefs. We're all tied at 3 Super Bowl wins. So for them to get their 4th Super Bowl win in our stadium, you got to think, guys, we've waited since 1960 to have our own stadium. Let me repeat that. We've waited since 1960 to have our own stadium. So the first Super Bowl in Vegas, we've waited, 62, 63 years to have a Super Bowl in our house, right? We waited about 60 years to have our own house. Now we have our own house. And at 63 years, right, we're going to let someone else come into our doghouse, pee on our fire hydrant, and get their 4th Super Bowl victory in our house. That's fucked up. Everybody should take this shit personally. This coaching staff is not taking this shit with enough fucking pride to not let this shit happen. We should be in a win now fucking mode, guys. The Super Bowl in Vegas. We've waited 60-something years for this fucking moment, and we're just going to let it go dust in the wind. We're just going to we might as well just hand the Super Bowl trophy over to fucking Patrick Mahomes, dude. Raiders 07 said, McDaniels once says, run game, 3-headed running back group like he had in New England. You're right, Raiders 07. But the problem with that is, bro, is New England never had a super stud running back. Go back and look. None of the running backs are even close. Like, they had some good running backs, but none of them were a great running back like Josh Jacobs. None of them. None of them were a first-round draft pick. None of them were like a super stud like Jacobs. They just weren't. So, yeah, they might want to do that, but they're fucking idiots because they don't know what they have right in front of their face, bro. Southside Raiders, salute, man. How you doing, bro? Said, this sucks. Get ready to see every color of rainbow inside Allegiant Stadium. That's facts, man. They're going to overrun our stadium, dude. Allegiant fucking, every game going to be a away game, dude. James Furpo, shout out to you, man. That's right. Raiders. Yep. Gabriel. Yep. Mark Davis, Ziegler, Josh McClown. They're all idiots. I call him McClown, dude. Never lose passion, Ark. I respect you, G. Appreciate you too, Sebastian, man. So Robert said, the confused part is, why would they get Aiden, who has potential like Brady, is what they said makes no damn sense. Because what they wanted, bro, what they wanted was to not have to pay a backup quarterback like $5+ million. That was their intention. That's why they drafted Aiden O'Connell too high, which they shouldn't have. There were still linebackers on the board when we got Aiden O'Connell, but they got him so they didn't have to pay a backup quarterback too much money. And that's it. just to save money on a backup quarterback. I mean, who knows? Maybe he could be good. I mean, McDaniels has developed some quarterbacks, but yeah, I don't know, man. All right, Gabriel said, under Mark Davis ownership, he uses great players like Khalil Mack, Josh Jacobs, and many good players who were homegrown draft talent walk out and use them as whores. Yeah, you're right, man. It's just to sell tickets. I mean, let's think about what you just said. Let's kind of marinate on that because that's I think that's an important topic because if you think about it, right, this could be a bad comparison, but I'm gonna fucking talk about it anyways. When you think about Antonio Brown, who I like to call Antonio Clown, we think about him coming over here. That was our last year in Oakland. That was Hard Knocks. Nobody in Raider Nation was going to go to the foot. I mean, maybe some fans, but hardly anybody was going to go to any football games in 2019. You know, our last year in Oakland, Raider fans were pissed, and rightfully so, right? Because we were leaving Oakland. You know, we weren't going to be going to games. And so they hyped us up with Antonio Brown, Antonio Clown, and that thing turned into a shit show. A lot of it was on Devontae Adams, and we know that because of his actions after that point. But there was, I would say, there's at least some accountability within the Raider organization. They were trying to build hype. That's why they kept showing us all those videos and stuff of Antonio Brown. But, you know, it backfired in their face then as well. And they just used Antonio Brown to get us to buy tickets for that season, man. Raider Fountain, shout out to you, bro. Hope you're doing good, man. He said, Sabbath, true. It is, man. It is, bro. Protect the Shield said, Max Crosby said on the Pivot podcast that his goal is to reset the defensive end market on his next contract year. So he better enjoy these last years of Max. No way he gets signed to that another contract. Yeah, no, these guys will, dude. You got to think the Patriot way is you dump a player 1 to 2 years before their next contract. So if we sign Max Crosby to a 4-year deal, their intentions is to dump Max Crosby 2 to 3 years into the 4-year deal and get draft compensation for it. And some of that can work, you know, to some degree for like a successful franchise, but you have to have a lot of things in place for that to happen. Otherwise, you're just cycling through players and you're never keeping any studs. So to some degree, like I get it why teams do that, but that's like when you have like a Tom Brady and a franchise quarterback already, or you have certain things in place already. Otherwise, you're always rebuilding because you're never keeping your homegrown guys. And then it actually is even complete like condescending to what Ziegler said, which is we need our own homegrown guys to develop and stuff, you know, because he's just saying that so then they can dump the other homegrown guys. So it's like a snake eating its tail, guys. It is. And it's fucked up, but yeah. But yeah, protect the shield, dude. Yeah. I mean, you're right, man. Max Crosby would probably be gone too, bro. And I think we know that from this coaching staff. They've shown us who they are, bro. Gabriel said, hardcore Raider, don't give up. Don't give up and do not walk away. Keep doing what you love to do. It's time to be bold and direct with facts. The fucked up thing is, dude, is like, dude, they've canceled, dude, so many people, bro. They've canceled so many people, man. I mean, you're right, but like they've canceled so many people where a lot of people don't even want to speak like the truth or the facts anymore, bro. It just, you know, see what it is saying. He said the problem is that seats will be sold. Why? Because the other team fans will buy. That's why they don't care. It's all about money, dude. I mean, all at the end of it, I mean, you're right, but at the end of it, all you just said is that they're more concerned about money than they are winning and than they are about the Raider Nation. But you're right. Absolutely. So Gabriel said, I love my Raiders. I'm very passionate, but man, I'm sick of seeing the same BS. I am too, bro. A lot of us are. We should be, man. We should be tired of this same dog and fucking pony show, man. How long we been dealing with this shit, guys? Let's be real, dude. Nobody should accept this fucking horse shit. Really in the field, P. Shout out to you. Said Jacobs might be a cancer in the locker room this season. Let's just roll with Zamir. I wish would have paid JJ. Dude, I got nothing to say to you, bro. Charles Washington said not to you, bro. The negativity is so strong. You didn't like Gru either. You were very right about high real talk. I don't even know what you're trying to say there, but no, dude. Like, okay, first of all, things I've said about Gruden was like that his play calling was too conservative and questionable at times, and that he should have done a better job. Dude, I've like never said like I was happy that Gruden left, so I don't even know where you're coming at me with that, bro. Please elaborate so we can fucking talk about this some more, because I want to know what you're trying to fucking say here. Yeah, facts, Gabriel. He said, lay down the pipe and quit trolling. He's like, yeah. Oh, dude, people are crazy, man. Said, what? He said, yes, they were. He said, hey, guys, so why are we buying them before year 2 starts? I don't know what you're trying to say, man. Oh, man. First of all, dude, like, do you ever watch my intro videos? When you hear an audio where Jacob says, what I'm glad about this week that they didn't do last week is that our team didn't give up. Jacob's the only dude that's been like calling the team out when we've like lost games and nobody's fired up enough and nobody gave a shit enough. That was Jacob. So you're high and fucking crack, dude. You got to fucking lay off that shit, bro. So I got to have some fucking mods in here. Put that motherfucker in timeout. Actually, I'll fucking put his ass in timeout. Put you in timeout like a good little fucking bitch. There you go. I just can't fucking take it tonight, guys. Said the NFL will shit more on the Raiders, and I can't deal with dumbassery, guys. I can't. Not fucking tonight. You know, Josh Jacobs, a cancer in the locker room. He's the one guy that's been a fucking the heart and soul of this team and the key behind fucking us and the locker room. He's been the one foundational cornerstone fucking piece, bro. The fuck you talking about? Said the NFL will shit more on the Raiders by sending the Chiefs or Saints to a Super Bowl bet. Fuck, man. I guess it's all about money. Whatever makes some money, bro, right? Yeah. I can't fucking take it. This dude's about ready to be his ass be put on timeouts too. Let's see what he has to say now. Said Al Davison's last 10 years garbage too. The nightmare started when we passed on Marino and went with Mark Wilson. What if Saints win in our stadium in February? Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It'd be fucked up, man. We won 83, then passed on 13 in the 83 draft. Yeah, the NFL also blocked us from getting John Elway. I don't even know what the fuck you're trying to say, man. I mean, we're going back like you're going back 40 years, dude. Let's just like look at the last 20 years. You want to go back 40 years? We can go back 40 years if you want, man. I mean, there's been a lot of fucking mistakes besides that. Yeah, Al Davis was not his best towards the end of his fucking life here on this earth. Everybody fucking knows that, dude. That's like Mr. Obvious shit, bro. I'm more concerned about fucking this Josh Jacobs shit and what's happening to the team right fucking now. Said, oh, it's gonna happen. The NFL hates the Raiders and we'll send a team we hate just to shit on us. More bet. Yeah. It's facts, bro. Fly in the air. All right, Big Worm said, they already doing that facts talk. taking over our stadium. Yeah. We have no home field advantage anymore, guys. Raider Force One, what are you talking about, bro? You need to go watch some Raider games, man. Come talk to me when you watch more Raider games, bro. You like watching it on fucking the radio or something. You watched the Seahawks game when Jacobs fucking went like this and caught a ball that was like a shitty ass throw from Derek Carr? Josh Jacobs had 400 fucking yards receiving this last year. Ooh, there's a spider. Guess he's gonna live for another day. You said they're clowns. Yeah, fuck me, Goofy. Yeah, they are, man. Anyone a member of TBH? I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. All right, let's see what Charles has to say. He said Tyree Wilson is a number 1 pick. Max was a 5th round. It doesn't matter what, dude. What are you even trying to say, bro? How's the front office showing anything? The Grew years have but shown so many. All right, man. Your ass going in timeout too. I'll fucking put everybody in fucking timeout if I have to. Bro, it doesn't matter what fucking round you're drafted. What matters is once you get into the NFL, dude. Like, what the fuck, man? How do you know Tyree Wilson's going to be fucking anything? And I was happy with that pick. How do you know Michael Mayer's going to be anything? You fucking don't, bro. Just because someone's hyped up in the fucking draft doesn't mean shit. All right, said we actually could say NFL is on our favor. We're playing 6 games coming to Monday night. It's never been done before. Well, some of those can be flexed. You might probably closer to like 3 games all said and done after they got, essentially Jacob's probably not going to suit up. Yeah. Shout out to your Raider. He said Jacobs actually has the courage to call out these fucking McClowns. Bullshit. Facts, bro. Facts, man. Said and just thinking positive, we lost 9 games under 1 possession or less, so we could possibly be better this season. Yeah, that's with Josh Jacobs, though. Let's not forget that. So, yeah, I don't know, man. People want to bash on Gruden, dude, but I mean, I've gone over it before, but like 2019 draft was a pretty good draft that the Raiders had. Outside of Cleveland Farrell, we had Josh Jacobs, Hunter Renfrow, Max Crosby. We don't know the story on Jonathan Abram. I don't think Jonathan Abram's story is done being written. I could be wrong. I think he's still got potential. Jonathan Abram, under the right team and the right support, he could end up being a stud. Cleveland Farrell, I don't know. I don't know why that guy failed so much. I don't know if he's always just going to be mediocre or whatever, but his story isn't done either. So we don't even know exactly how the 2019 draft is actually going to work out. We drafted Colton Miller, 2018. That was, the first draft pick from John Gruden. Turned out to be a pretty good player. And we were all critical on Colton Miller. I thought he was going to be a bust. I won't lie. I thought Colton Miller was going to be garbage. He ended up being a pretty damn freaking good left tackle. One of the best or better left tackles we've had over the last 20 years. So they didn't get that pick wrong, did they? I mean, I've pulled it up before, dude. I don't want to fucking do it right now. But go look at it. Like, use your brain while you're in fucking timeout. Get on your phone and look up every Raiders draft and tell me if we got 1 to 2 players per draft. I hope you guys know what's considered a successful draft is if you get 1 to 2 starters per draft and you get like a third or fourth rotational guy, meaning you only got to hit less than 50%. They actually consider it if you get 3, if you have 7 picks, if you get 3 guys, like 2 starters, right? Preferably 1 stud and like 2 rotational guys, that's considered a successful draft. So it doesn't matter what round you draft in. What matters is the production you get out of that player after they're drafted. It could be a 7th round. It could be a 2nd round. could be a 5th round. It doesn't fucking matter. So for you to come at me and be like, well, Max Crosby is in the 5th round, Tyree Wilson in the 1st round, who gives a fuck, man? As long as they produce, they end up being a fucking stud. Who cares? You're probably the same dude that was like, why are we drafting Josh Jacobs in the 1st round? The dude ends up being a super stud and the best running back in the fucking NFL, bro. Go look at his first 4 years of production versus, the other guys in the NFL. Their first 4 years of production. Go look at Ezekiel Elliott, Christian McCaffrey. I've gone over it before, but, I'm not going to fucking do it again. You can go back. You can look at like past videos and shit I've done, man, because I'm just wasting my fucking time. Either you go watch it and be fucking educated to make yourself smarter or fucking don't. I don't fucking care, bro. Raider said, how will free agents and other draft picks view McDaniels not paying players, Jacobs, who do everything right for us? That's facts. That's facts. That's a great fucking thing to say and an opinion to have. And not just that, but like when you have guys like McDaniels and Ziegler, like, oh yeah, we want to reward the guys that produce for us and keep them Raiders. We want homegrown guys. We want to, produce and develop our own guys. And they don't do it. So they said it, but they don't do it. You think other guys are going to want to come to our team? And that's the Raiders for the last 20 years, no matter our coach. The Raiders for the last 20 years was players not wanting to come to our team because it's a fucking clown show. It's a clown show over here. And players don't want to come to our fucking team because they know. Unless we overpay them. And then they're so fucking washed up. Like Richard Seymour, Warren Sapp, Randy Moss. All those guys were trash for us. Anybody thinks any of those guys were fucking studs for us? Dude, you guys fucking smoking some crazy shit. Marshawn Lynch, washed up. He didn't do shit for us either. So we had to overpay for these guys that had big names to sell tickets, right? To build hype. And they were washed the fuck up. And we had to way overpay them, bro. So you're right. People aren't going to want to come to our fucking team, man. They're not. It's just the fucking sad fucking truth. And when you have a coaching staff that says one thing and does another, and players talk, how you think other players are going to feel? You think they're going to want to come to this team and bleed silver and black? You just had the best running back in the NFL with the most rushing yards, fucking, not get paid. And he should have. He should have before they got Jacoby Myers. He should have before they signed Hunter Renfrow. I mean, we could be talking about a whole different scenario had this regime made a couple moves. It's not like I'm asking 4 or 5, I'm willing to call the Derek Carr thing, whatever. I'm willing to call the fucking, Waller thing, whatever. But at some point, you got to draw a line in the sand. And the line in the sand is fucking Josh Jacobs. And they could have just made a couple moves a little bit differently and gone a different way. And they just showed all of us their true intentions. And it's not to win now. We're in full fucking 3 to 5 year rebuild mode. And we're tanking for a QB. As far as I'm concerned, it's going to be a fucked up, shitty season to be a Raider fan. That's what I fucking know. We'll have to fire McDaniels and Ziegler by week 7 or 8, man. I don't think they're going to do it. I mean, I'd love for it to happen. But you know who should be our coach? You really want me to piss you off? I'll tell you who should be our fucking coach. Should be Hugh fucking Jackson. Hugh Jackson should be our fucking coach. Hugh Jackson loved this team. He loved Al Davis. Yeah, the fucking Carson Palmer thing was fucked up, but it wasn't all on him. Actually, a lot of that was on Mark Davis. Go watch Protect the Shield's interview with Hugh Jackson. He talks about it. But yeah, I mean, that Carson Palmer thing was a lot more on Mark Davis than it was Hugh Jackson. So, and everybody forgets it. When Hugh Jackson did that interview at the end of the year where he's like, I'm going to have a lot more control of this team, moving forward. Everybody thought that meant like he was going to be more of a general manager and make more dumbass decisions or what. People thought that. I didn't think that necessarily, but people that thought he made a dumb mistake or whatever, and that he was going to make, continued mistakes, they saw it as him going to take more of a like general manager role. So everybody got pissed off of Raider Nation and like hated Hugh Jackson, but that's not the real story. And the moment that I heard that press conference from Hugh Jackson, the one thing I thought of was how the defense was a good defense, but they floundered at times, to say the least. and we gave the ball game back to other like teams to where we would lose because the defense faltered. And because Hugh Jackson was more of an offensive minded coach, he was just letting the defense kind of do their own thing. And when Hugh Jackson said, like, hey, I'm going to have more of a hand in a lot of things, next year, I think that was Hugh Jackson taking accountability that he was not focused enough on the defense because he was so focused on the offense. So that's my opinion. But if there's one coach that I would want, I wanted John Harbaugh a couple of years ago, but if there's one coach that I would want to still be our coach and come back, it'd be Hugh Jackson. So what do you guys say? If McClown was fired, who would you want? I don't think it's going to happen, but if McClown was fired, you could have any coach in the world. You got Bill fucking Belichick, for all I care. Who would it be? Who would you pick? Who would you pick for your coach? To me, a Raider coach needs to be a certain type of character, someone that understands the history, someone that has the respect for the silver and black, not a sellout motherfuckers from another organization that Al Davis would rise out of his grave if they were fucking here in our organization. And if they were here doing this to our team. None of this shit is the Raider way. And I know the Raider way hasn't worked, right? Because a lot of people be like, well, Raider way hasn't worked for 40 years or whatever, since 1983. Going to talk about the draft of Dan Marino in 83. Well, you know what? The Raider way was working in the early 2000s. How about that? When we had John Gruden and the Tuck game happened. Let's not leave that blip out of this fucking deal. Al Davis's last years on this earth, yeah, he made bad decisions. But if there were certain things put in place, it's possible that the Raiders could have been successful had we gotten the right coach. The only coach I liked after the Tuck game and John Gruden, when Al Davis shit-canned John Gruden, the only coach I liked for the Raiders was Hugh Jackson. And the only coach I liked after Hugh Jackson, Jack Del Rio, I kind of liked, but he's too wishy-washy. He's too nice of a guy, I felt like, sometimes. But the next coach I liked was John Gruden. Because that, to me, he embodies what it means to be a Raider. He understands the respect for the silver and black, the history of the Raiders. McClown and Ziegler, could they learn to be a Raider? They could, but everything they're doing, they are not building that trust or respect. So I have no confidence that they're going to understand what it means to be a Raider, no matter how much their lip service is. If Ziegler said he goes by the Al Davis fucking sign, he salutes. All right, go fuck yourself. How about that? That's what I fucking say. I think he's just fucking talking full of shit. All right, Gabriel said, as much as I hate the NFL, but I would highly be in favor of the league to step in and force Mark Davis to sell the team. I mean, I've thought about this, man. You got to think, Mark Davis owns 47% at this point. I don't know what Mark Davis owned before the move, but I got to think Mark Davis had to have owned more than 47% before the move to Vegas. You would think Mark Davis owned more than 47% of the Raiders before the move to Vegas. At least I would think. I know the NFL donated $500 million for the stadium to get built. I know the casinos and all that, they, contributed with the tax money, but is it possible to move to Vegas made Mark Davis sell some of percentages of the team? And then who owns those other percentages? I mean, for Mark Davis to have complete or the majority ownership, it should be 51%, not 47. So, yeah, Tom Brady's going to come on. Maybe he gets 0.5% or 1% of the team, but I doubt it's anything substantial. I doubt it's even close to 5%. So you look at it like that and it's like, shit, man, if Mark Davis only owns 47%, where's the other allotted amount of the team? So I don't know, man. Ziegler and McClown is holding Jacobs and Devontae Adams hostage. The only two great players we have. Yeah. And Max Crosby. Let's not forget Max. But yeah, no, you're facts, bro. But yeah, Harbaugh. So yeah, you'd like the Harbaugh to be a coach. All right. Papa Rich Bisaccia. All right. Yeah. I mean, at this point, we should have kept Rich Bisaccia, man. He said Gruden, but a wiser Chucky, not do a pass play 3rd and 1 on The 1 yard line. Yeah, I know. Gruden was just, I loved him, dude, but his play calling sometimes drove me crazy. It was really conservative, man, and really predictable. But part of that could have been Derek Carr. Part of that could have been on Derek Carr and what Gruden like felt like he had confidence in as quarterback or something, or lack thereof. So you got to think John Gruden is the kind of guy he'd rather die than have a guy like Tom Brady on his team, guys. After the Tuck game, and you can't blame him, dude. I feel the same way, man. I mean, he's a fucking Raider. No true Raider would ever want Tom Brady on our fucking team, guys. That's just the facts. You're gonna sell out for a fucking Super Bowl win. I mean, that's like selling your fucking soul to the skull and bones, bro. So any smart fucking Raider fan knows fucking Tom Brady would never be a good fit for the Raiders, let alone that John Gruden would be cool with Tom Brady being on our fucking team. So, people like, will sell their soul for wins. Not when it comes to that motherfucker, anybody but that dude. Robert Munoz said, the only thing I respect McDaniels, though, for is he admitted on the Tuck game it was a fumble. I don't think he did, bro. Like he did. You're right. He did. But, like, I didn't believe it, Like, I didn't believe it. It's like if someone, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of, like, something, you would maybe lie about as far as, like, you're sorry about something. Like, say, I don't know, say like your kids or something, and you got a brother. Your brother pisses you off, and, like, you hit him or something, right? And your mom's all yelling at you or something, and you're like, I'm sorry, right? You're like trying to say I'm sorry for hitting your brother. You guys fighting, whatever. And you're like, I'm sorry. Was that I'm sorry? Or was that like, I'm just saying sorry to say sorry, but I'm really not sorry. I want to hit this motherfucker again. And that's how I feel about Josh McDaniels when he's like, the Tuck game. Yeah. That's like, he literally said, the first interview, he literally said, yeah, it was a fumble. Is that all I got to say? How many people in Raider Nation caught that? He literally said, yeah, it was a fumble. Is that all I got to say? Was that an apology? Did you accept it when he said that? Or am I the only one that was like, dude, he just tried to turn it into a fucking joke? Like, that's not as sincere. Like, yeah, it was a fumble. It was like, oh, I'm just going to say it to make everybody happy. Is everybody happy now? Lame duck fucking card, man. He's a fucking fake piece of shit. I could tell right then and there, man. And then when he wore the emblem upside down, dude, he's like, yeah, Raiders, man. We're in full tank mode, guys. Yeah. Fucking dipshit. I fucking hate this dude, man. I'm telling you, dude, he's been fake from fucking day one, guys. He's not one of us. The real Raider Nation, he's not one of us. He never will be. So I guess just to close that out, I don't accept him saying that it was a fumble. I think he said it just to say it, and I don't think it's genuine, and I don't think he really actually believes it, bro. I think it's a bullshit lie of just saying it to try to smooth this over to make us think that we think that he thinks that it was a fumble. As fucked up as that just sounded. Sorry, guys, got a fly fucking with me. Said, when we fire Ziegler McDaniels, we should replace him with Champ Kelly GM. I like that. Champ Kelly. I like Champ Kelly. All right. Scott Turner, OC, and Patrick Graham, head coach. I think Patrick Graham could be a good head coach, but I have a lot of questions on his defense so far. We got to see some more production with his defense before I'd say, like, yeah, let's have him be head coach or whatever. So Robert Munoz said Tom Brady even admitted it when he's Woodson and him talking. Did you see it? Yeah, that was kind of more of like a funny, like, kind of like, yeah, but yeah, I mean, you're right or whatever. It's fucking flies, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it again too, man. I mean, what do you want me to do, dude? I'm fucking said I've caught that 110%. It's pure bullshit coming out of McDaniel's mouth. It is, guys. It is, man. All right, Robert said he admitted it in the day we made him the head coach on the table. It was McDaniels on the left, Mark Davis in the middle, Ziegler on the right. He's said it several times, but should go back and rewatch it. And because I don't want to like try to change your opinion too close to my opinion, right? Just go back and rewatch it if you get time and see if you think that see if you think that he said it just to say it, or if you think he said it and actually means it. That's key. Because if he's saying it just to say it, you know him by his fruit. Said, I never liked McDaniels when Mark Davis hired him, along with Ziegler as a package. Yeah, dude, they're just not Raiders, guys. I mean, like, it takes a certain kind of coach and GM, dude, to be part of this team, and these guys are just not it, man. They're ruining our team, man. They're literally, this clown show is ruining the fucking team, guys. Got to keep the grass cut. These snakes be hella hard to see. Yeah, I know, Big Worm. I like that. You need to make a T-shirt of that with you should make a T-shirt of that with the McClown's face, with the wearing the Raider hat upside down, the Raider shield upside down, and then got to keep the grass cut to keep these snakes be hella hard to see. I like it, dude. That's fucking funny. Raider JC 24, dude. Hell yeah. How you doing, bro? All right, you've been a Raider fan over 45 years. Yeah, okay, that's cool, bro. But like, I'm just saying, dude, that like you gotta think, dude. You're like going back 83 and stuff. Like, I get it, dude. Like you're old school, man. And I've done vintage, like I just did a vintage fucking show, bro, on like cards and stuff, man. But like, dude, like there's multiple reasons why this fucking organization has failed over the last 20, 40 years. And part of it's Al Davis. I mean, we could do, I could do a whole entire show where we break it down on all the failures of the Raiders. But right now, this clown coaching staff didn't sign fucking Josh Jacobs when we had the third most cap space in the NFL. And we got him from the Cleo Mack trade. John Gruden drafted him. Let me ask you this, Charles Washington. Did you want Josh Jacobs in the first round? Let's be honest. Let's have a real honest conversation. And you tell me the truth. Were you happy or were you mad when we drafted Josh Jacobs in the first round? Let's start with that. Let's start with just baby steps here, bro. And then we'll talk once you answer my question. All right, Raider Munez, good night to you, man. Take it easy, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Much respect. He said, yeah, let me know what you think, dude. I'm just curious. I'm not calling you out, bro. I'm just saying, like go rewatch it and see if you think it was genuine or if he was just saying it to say it. Because I have an opinion, right? But maybe I'm wrong. It's possible I'm wrong, dude. Go watch it and let's see, get back to me. Let me know your opinion because I'm curious. I'm curious if it's just me or if maybe you if you watch it because I rewatched it several times, and as I rewatched it, I was like, I don't know about this. But McDaniels was asked about it another time besides that interview, so you might want to check one of the other interviews as well, and I'd have to find it, of which one it was, but yeah. So, but yeah, much respect, Robert, dude. Have a good night, bro. He said, we hear you. What up, J-Dog 209, man? Well, all right. Charles Wash said, my point is the front office seems to be getting blamed for years of fuck-ups. Their 2-year is coming in a month and a half. Bad drafting. That'd be a great shirt. Yeah, it would be, dude. I would fucking like that shit, dude. I was hyped. The only draft pick I predicted. I know. All right. So J-Dog was hyped. All right. So what about you, Charles? Answer the fucking question, bro. Let's see what you have to say. He said, I'm one of the first people to say JJ reminded me of Emmitt Smith in his first year. Love his skillet. That wasn't my question. That wasn't my question, dude. Answer the fucking question, man. My question is, when the Raiders drafted Josh Jacobs, were you happy we got Jacobs or were you upset? It's a yes or no question. I'll leave it simple. Were you happy we drafted Josh Jacobs? It's either yes or no. And then we can go from there. We'll continue this conversation. So J-Dog said he was hyped when he got Jacobs. Yep. Okay, so if you're happy, right? If you did your research, so I was happy. A lot of Raider Nation was not happy we got Jacobs. A lot of people were pissed we got a running back. So my point is, if you were happy, and then you said, when you said you were one of the people reminding Emmitt Smith and that you loved his skill set. So, if you're happy at that and you're happy with the production that we've had so far, and you have a coaching staff, as you're saying, that we're only 2 years in, that won't freaking, give this dude a contract that's a super stud. How does that make you feel about this coaching staff? Are you going to blame John Gruden for that too, man? You're saying we failed in all these draft picks, right? You're saying, essentially what you're saying is that we have no good players on our team from John Gruden, right? You as well as a lot of Raider Nation. You'll give John Gruden no respect. I'm saying John Gruden had a lot of faults, and we should hold him accountable for his actions or lack thereof, right? But I'm also saying, let's be honest and real about this. If you go down, you look at guys that Gruden drafted, Colton Miller, Josh Jacobs, Hunter Renfrow, Max Crosby. I mean, you're going to make me pull it up. I'm just going to have to pull it up, dude, because otherwise we're just going to go in circles. I'll pull it up. Let's go to fucking Raiders draft picks for every fucking year. That's what you want to do right now, huh? Don't worry, I'm pulling it up right here. Because some people have been so brainwashed that they won't even fucking see it, dude. All right, so let's fucking look at this, dude. This is 20. All right, let's go. I can already tell you're someone that likes, you want to go back to 1983, bro. I mean, how far back you want to go? You want to go to 1960? We can go to 1960 draft if you want. How far back you want to go? I'm going to get a lot of garbage on this. All right, so first up, we'll go 2018, right? We'll go 2018. Let's start with Colton Miller here. So Colton Miller here. All right, we're going to pull out the lame duck card. So let's go, right? With all this junk they're going to show us. So we had Colton Miller. Was that a win or a loss? So somebody gave it a C- grade. What would you guys give it right now? I'm going to say that's probably like a B grade, B plus. So Colton Miller. We had PJ Hall. PJ Hall started a little bit, was a rotational piece, never developed to be a starter. Brandon Parker, this staff just gave Brandon Parker an extension, right? So Brandon Parker, we haven't seen nothing from, and this staff just gave him a contract. So you could at least count Brandon Parker as a rotational guy. So you have one starter, one rotational guy at least. You could possibly count PJ Hall as a rotational guy. You need at least 1 to 2 starters per draft, and 1 to 2 rotational guys for it to be a successful draft. All right, and then pick 4 or round 4, Nick Nelson, miss. Maurice Hurst, rotational guy, but you could say maybe it didn't work out. Round 5, Johnny Townsend, punter. Johnny Townsend was a pretty good punter, right? Round 6, Azim Victor. Let's say no. Marcel Aitman started a few games for us, rotational guy. So I don't know. I would count 2018, at least 1 starter, 2 to 3 rotational guys. Let's go to 2019. We got to get real lame about this shit because people don't do their research. They just say Gruden failed on every draft pick. Well, he had at least 1. You could say there he had at least 1. I don't care what fucking round they're drafted in. Cleveland Farrell will call that a bust. I'll say a bust. Josh Jacobs, I'd say that's a home run super stud. So there's a hit right there. Jonathan Abram, you could say that's a bust. I'm going to say it's questionable. I don't think that story's done being written, but we'll see. And then we have Trayvon Mullen. I mean, he played and started for a while, so you can't say it was a full bust, right? At least a rotational piece right there. So you count him as a rotational piece. Max Crosby right here. What would you count Max Crosby? Is he trash? Yeah, Max Crosby's trash. That's why this staff gave him a contract. So that's 2 starters. Isaiah Johnson, that's a bust. 5th round, Foster Moreau. What do you think about Foster Moreau? Was that a bust? At least a rotational guy. I bet he ends up being a starter for the Saints. So, I know he's dropped some catches and stuff, but Foster Moreau has a lot of potential to be a starter. So we'll just count that as 2 rotational guys. Hunter Renfrow. What about Hunter Renfrow? Do you count that as a rotational guy or a starter? So there's 3 starters. I'm going to count him as a starter. 3 starters, 2 rotational guys. Man, Gruden's fucking failing right now, huh? 7th round, Quentin Bell. Say that's a bust. So what do we say? 3 starters, 2 rotational guys. Man, Gruden's absolutely failing at this point, guys. Holy fucking shit. How does this guy even still have a job going into 2020? So let's go into the 2020 draft. See what we got in 2020. See if I can get a better. This might be easier to read if the pop-ups don't. All right, so right here, we got Henry Ruggs. What do you think about Henry Ruggs? Was that a bust? Henry Ruggs would have been a super stud had he not fucked up and ruined his and someone else's life. Took someone's life. So Henry Ruggs, that would have been a stud player. Damon Arnett, I'll call that a bust. Lennon Baldwin, bust. Brian Edwards, he's on the Saints now, I believe. So questionable, at least a rotational piece. Saints like him enough to sign him. Tanner Muse, didn't Tanner Muse get signed by the freaking Steelers? Who, this is a guy that this regime released, but the previous regime liked a lot. John Simpson, what about John Simpson? He was drafted. He's at least a rotational guy. Amik Robertson, he started. He even got us, 1 interception last year? No, he got 2 interceptions last year. So you would have 1 starter and Henry Ruggs. You'd have 2 starters and, I won't call Amik Robertson a starter. I'll call him rotational. So 1 rotational, John Simpson, 2 rotational, Brian Edwards, 3 rotational. So, that's actually not a bad draft either. And given that it would happen during a COVID year where you couldn't interview anybody and you had to put your mask up your ass and fart on it before you could fucking put it on your face. So, that way you make sure you're smelling your ass boogers, from the COVID-19 test. So who else we got in here? Fucking pictures of shit. Let's go down to 2021. Let's see how Gruden failed in 2021. So we had Alex Leatherwood, bust, right? Trayvon Moehrig, starter. So, there's a good player. Malcolm Kuntz, at least a rotational piece. Divine Diablo has started some games. Probably going to be a starter this year. So a starter / rotational piece. Tyree Gillespie, I ain't going to say anything about that. And then Nate Hobbs, who's a starter. So you had 1 starter, you had 2 starters right here in Trayvon Moehrig, and at least 2 rotational guys. So that's another busted draft as well, huh? So the point is, guys, is everybody says it was a complete failure, but it fucking wasn't. I'm not saying every draft was a home run, but people give him no fucking respect. You got no fucking respect. Why? Because he said some dumb shit that he shouldn't have? Or because you listen to the fucking Raider insiders, like fucking Vinny Bonsignor, who's a piece of shit, who tell you guys that fucking always repeating it, how the previous regime failed on draft picks. They didn't. That wasn't a complete fucking failure. They lied to you. You guys got your head up your ass, and you fucking can't see straight. You can't see straight. You're not even being fucking real about it. You could be pointed all the evidence in the world that they weren't complete failures. I'm not saying all of them were fucking great, but they weren't complete failures, and you guys will literally repeat the same shit that Vinny is feeding down your fucking throats. The dude's a fucking... The guy does not care about us. The guy did not like John Gruden. These insiders did not like John Gruden. John Gruden would call them out. They had a personal vendetta against John Gruden. And they put out stories that are not actually real about the truth, and they're fake with a bunch of shill bullshit in them, leaving out a bunch of information of the facts. And that's all I'm saying. If they're going to call it, like, you're going to fucking target somebody, at least tell both sides of the fucking story. They don't do that. And probably because he's from fucking San Diego or wherever the fuck he's from. Was a Rams fan covering the Rams or whatever the fuck. But I'm telling you guys, they didn't fail on everything. They failed a lot in the first round, but they hit in some later rounds that, you know what? And honestly, in the end, it doesn't matter if it's first round, second round, wherever. What matters is if they're a starter and if you can get at least 2 starters in a draft and preferably at least 2 rotational guys. You got to hit on 4 dudes, man. You got to hit on all 7 draft picks. Nobody does. No organization does. It's like a 10% hit ratio that you're going to hit on your first round draft pick, and it's going to work out. The amount of draft picks that fail in the first and second round, all throughout all teams in the NFL, is high, is very, very high for multiple reasons. It's not just coaching. It's not just general managing. It's also because these players make way too much fucking money coming out of the college, and they take their foot off the gas and they stop trying as hard. That's also why. And some of these stud players go to garbage fucking teams. And then they're not as good. And because some of these college players are on super stud teams like Alabama around a bunch of other super studs. So when you're a stud around other studs, it makes your studness stand out more. Meaning you don't have to be as good to look great because you got a bunch of studs around you. That's why it's called a team fucking sport. No, go look at it, Charles. Go look at how many teams fell in the first round. Why do you think nobody goes back and fact checks PFF? Why do you think nobody goes back and checks the Mel Kipers of the world and their mock drafts and what they said about these guys? The guys that said that Johnny Manziel was going to be good, Carson Wentz was going to be good, that all they say is shill bullshit, man. So, I don't know, bro. Go do the research, dude. I've done it. I've done videos breaking it down, dude. Like more than just tonight, dude. I've gone in detail about it. And I've weighed both sides of the coin. That's all I'm saying. Look at all the data. Look at both sides of the coin, dude. If you hit on like 2 draft picks, preferably like, 3 to 4, that's like a good draft. No matter what round they were drafted in, that's considered a good draft, dude. Like some people are like, he said, I want a home run. You ain't going to hit a home run, bro. No, you're being fake, man. You're not being honest, dude. Yeah, no one else is on that team from that draft. Why? Because they never got a chance, dude. This coaching staff, their game plan the entire time was to dump the fucking team, bro. Their game plan the entire time was to get draft picks and compensatory picks. This was their plan the entire time. Why do you think they dump players at the beginning of the season? Why do you think they dump players in the middle of the season? I'm not bullshitting you. The Patriot way is this. You dump players to get compensatory picks. Go look at the compensatory draft history of fucking the Patriots. I've also done a video on that as well. Dude, where you been, bro? Where you been the last like fucking year or something, man? Like, you know what I mean? That's what the Patriots do. That's what this coaching staff did. Dump players to get comp picks. They were never going to there were certain people, they were never even going to give a chance to be on our team long term. And part of it was a lot of contracts were coming due. I looked at it. I understood what was coming. I knew like pretty much we were all going to get kicked in the nuts. But I also knew that you could do this the right way if you keep a couple key players like a Josh Jacobs, like a Max Crosby, like a Devontae Adams, and you can still make it work to be in a win now mode. If you have all these contracts coming up and not enough money to pay them all, that you could still make it work if they made the right moves. And, you know, to some degree, they've done some things good, but to another degree, they've missed on multiple things. Multiple things. So the fact that you're saying they're in year 2, you got to look at all the data, bro. Said if you don't get at least 2 superstars, you failed. I want to no, like preferably 1 superstar and 1 stud, and then like 1 or 2 rotational pieces, I would say. Dude, hit 2 superstars per draft. Dude, that's asking a lot. That's, I mean, like, I love you, J-Dog, but that's probably unrealistic. Most teams, you know, I mean, what's your definition of a superstar? I mean, you're talking like an Aaron Donald? I mean, you know, to get 2 Aaron Donalds a draft, I mean, I think that's asking a lot. Like, you know, like a super stud, I think of like the elite of the elite, but like a superstar, right? And then a stud is a pretty damn good player. You know what I mean? Now that's, to me, realistic. But to be like, oh, we're going to hit on 2 fucking, you know, like home run players that are superstars, I don't know. I think that's a little bit, that's good. That's a hard, that's gonna be a hard order to fucking, fill. So yeah, dude. I'm in the end, dude, Charles, I'm tired of losing, bro. We're all tired of losing, man. We're tired of rebuilds, man. We want to win now. We should be in a win now mode, man. That's the end of it. That's it. That's all it is. Fucking, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's a point I made earlier is they want to fire McDaniels this season because he's building. All right, said question for you, bro. How much money do we give running back without JJ? I don't know what you're trying to ask. You mean like how much are we going to be spending on running backs without Josh Jacobs here? So I mean like these other fucking teams winning rookies. Yeah, and rookie coaches too. Guys that were not offensive coordinator that won multiple Super Bowls as an offensive coordinator. But yeah, our coach, we can't do it, right? We can't do it. We got to like tear apart the team. You got other teams like, the Giants and some of these other teams where the coach comes on and they adjust to fucking, whatever, whatever's, however they got to adjust, dude, for the team. I don't know. I'm tired, guys. This is a long fucking day at work. I'm pissed, man. I'm pissed they didn't fucking give Jacobs the contract. At the end of it, I'm not really mad at Raider Nation. Somebody it's not your guys' fault. I'm tired of this, guys. Tired of having guys like, dude, we have not had a running back like Josh Jacobs maybe since what, Marcus Allen? I mean, fuck, and we can't keep this guy in our fucking team, dude. Everybody should be fucking pissed off, man. Everybody should be a little upset, dude. Everybody should. It's a big failure. It's an epic failure, man. And I'm just tired of it, guys. Appreciate Stephanie, man. She said, that's the way I tell it. Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, So I don't know, guys. Do you guys want me to crack open this box, or maybe I should just make a separate video on this? I've already been going for a while. Bought this box of cards. Nothing special. I don't know. Might have 3 autographs in there, but I was thinking about cracking it open, but maybe I vented enough to fucking get out some frustration. Said McDaniel said his problem in Denver was he didn't know anyone, but who he knew or no. The whole Patriot team. He don't know shit. Yeah, man. I know, dude. Yeah, Raider Jesse, 24 said just pay the man. Shit, I know. It's like, how fucking hard could this be, guys? But it's too late. Now we can't, dude. Either like we're fucked, guys. I hope you guys realize this. There the deadline hit. I mean, as far as I understand it, like no negotiations can even happen for the following season until January. So Jacobs either plays under the contract or not, and the negotiations for an actual contract can't even happen until like I think it's January or some shit. So we're in purgatory, man. So then you got to ask yourself, where's Josh Jacobs at? Is he a liar? Is he willing to play under this franchise tag for us? This dude just went and sat in the fucking parking lot of the Raider organization to try to get a contract like a fucking bum. And he had to leave. Imagine that, dude. The fucking team you've been bleeding with for 4 years that you got a tattoo of. You're sitting in the parking lot with Max Crosby, be like with your homie. You're like, man, I hope we get a contract, dude. I'm gonna be so pumped, man. I'm gonna go in there. We'll do an interview. And then they don't give you a contract, and you got to leave the parking lot with your tail between your legs. And you were just the number one rusher in the NFL, over 2,000 yards of production. Within one season, if Jacobs was a Raider, he would be second on Raiders' all-time rushing list. So if you look it up, Raiders' all-time rushing leaders, he would be number 2 behind Marcus Allen. He only needs 1,200 yards to hit that mark. Imagine being Josh Jacobs. You got to roll out of the parking lot, ride and dirty or whatever he's listening to with your tail between your legs because this organization won't give you no love and give you a fucking contract. You telling me you're going to be happy? You're telling me you're going to want to come play for that fucking team? Let's be real about it. Not what do you think he should do. That's not what I said. I'm saying put yourself in his shoes. What do you think he's going to do? Because there's a difference. You could think for the Raider organization or whatever that it's best that Jacobs plays under the contract, the franchise tag to help us out, save a few mil. That's one thing. It's another thing if you're a dude that's a super stud that lived out of his car, that's a fucking baller, and you just got hoodwinked by this organization. What would you fucking do? I know what I would do. Because if you operate under different gears like a Josh Jacobs and you have a certain kind of fire and passion within your soul like that dude does, I would not be happy. I would take it personal, and there's no fucking way I would want to come play for that coach. At this point, you cannot pay me enough money to come play for this piece of shit fucking coach. Fuck no. I would tell him to go fuck himself because now it's got no point where it's fucking personal. So at one point it was business, but then we crossed the line in the sand and now it's fucking personal. Shout out to you, Stephanie. So said Dumb and Dumber, Davis, McDummy, and Ziegler are idiots. I know, Miguel. It's fucking so true, dude, though. It's so true. Thanks, Stephanie. Appreciate that. Gord Peterson, what up? Hopefully you're doing good, bro. Good to see you in here, man. I ain't seen you in a minute. Said Patriots are cheap. Facts. Said so today I heard the airline in Vegas is giving out discounts for Chiefs fans. I heard that too, J-Dog. That shit's fucked up, man. But like us Raider fans can't even get a discount to a Raider game. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, man. Said, can you believe that shit? Look it up. I know. No, I know. I know, bro. It's fucked up, man. It's like we're sellouts, dude. It's like the whole team, bro. Charles said, all I'm saying is 30 years of not knowing how to win. Give this front office a chance. Not personal. It's just business. It is personal. And, you said 30 years of not knowing how to win and give this front office a chance. I mean, we've given lots of front offices a chance, and we've gone through a lot of rebuilds, bro. So, you could support the coach, right? I support the shield right here and what's best for the team. And in my opinion and how I feel and the actions that I've seen from this coaching staff, they are not what's best for the shield. They could change my mind. They could have changed my mind today by giving Josh Jacobs a contract. I've been very consistent on this. I don't know how you've been subbed or whatever, bro. But like go back to me at the end of this year when I said the number one thing this coaching staff has to do was get a contract to Josh Jacobs. I said that, dude, before our last game was even done with, man. I said, I'll be watching these guys to see what they do. And I was patient. Patience wore thin. I saw him get rid of Derek Carr. I was okay with that. I was ready to move on from that. I saw him get rid of Darren Waller. I was not okay with that. But I found a way to muster it up and to accept it. They could have got Josh Jacobs a contract. We had plenty of money, and they didn't do it. So we're on for clown session, dude. The clown show goes on, bro. That's all I'm saying. So give him a chance. You want me to give the clown show a chance? You know, the shield will be here before and after these guys are done being our coaches. So I'm gonna stand where I stand, bro. But you stand where you stand, and good luck to you, man. That's all I gotta say. So they have 4 running backs hungry for playing time. The training camp should be lit. Yeah, and that just shows that they drafted a running back in the 4th round that they should not have drafted. So there you go, man. I said those bandwagon Chiefs fans must have been a lot in Vegas, dude. Yeah. Yeah. You're tired. Yeah, I know. So it seems like people think that JJ's asking for too much. Yeah, I don't know what the contract was, like what he wanted, but I don't even think they were close. So me and Rebel are tired of people who are just saying he went from homeless to a gold digger. That's bullshit. He worked his ass off for his money. Yeah. Did I like this year's draft? I give it like a C plus. We drafted. So I wasn't a big fan of the tight end trade when we first got him. But I do like him now. I've adjusted to it, but I did want them to get Hendon Hooker. And then they drafted Trey Tucker way too high. Did not like the Trey Tucker pick. Byron Young, thought that was okay. They drafted Byron Young a little bit too high. 4th round. Okay, so if you look at it, I mean, you can go watch my draft video, bro. But like the 4th round, that's where we moved up to draft the cornerback, Jacorian Bennett. But we didn't need to move up. But we moved up to draft Jacorian Bennett. Did you could have just swapped the Trey Tucker pick and moving up to draft Jacorian Bennett. If they would have just like instead of drafting drafting Trey Tucker where they did, draft Jacorian Bennett there, and then they wouldn't even had to trade up and waste another draft pick. You know what I mean? It wasn't much, but I'm just saying they would have had to waste a draft pick to move up to then go get Jacorian Bennett. They could have just drafted Trey Tucker next. But even that I still think was too high. So, and then Aiden O'Connell, they moved up to get Aiden O'Connell. I feel like that was a little bit too high too. I think they started getting nervous. We went into the draft knowing the biggest need was linebacker. We came out of the draft knowing the biggest need is still linebacker. We missed on some good stud linebackers that were available going into the 2nd to the 3rd round. And they didn't do anything to address any of those positions of need. And when there were studs on the board, okay, so the later rounds I liked more than some of that other stuff. Like you get into Chris Smith and we'll see on Amari Burney and whatnot, but I don't know. A lot of it's more questionable. I think a lot of it's more hyped up than what than I think the actually good they did. But like everything, hindsight's 2020. We'll see what these guys do. So I'm staying reserved. I wasn't exactly happy. I'm staying reserved on it, and we'll see what these guys put into action. So fucking mean guys. I said, unless this defense is unstoppable, this season will be a wash tank. That's without Jacobs. Yeah, I'm feeling the same way. That's where I'm at, guys. Yeah. So switch it up. Try to watch your blood pressure. Yeah. JJ smarter. Stephanie said, forget about the Patriot way. It's a joke. It is. And I'm just done with it, man. So yeah. And sometimes I'm on my game. Sometimes I'm off. When I get frustrated, I get off, and I'm really tired, guys. So been out in the sun, working my ass off all day. And then, came home and just wanted to vent a little bit on hair. But, I appreciate all you guys, man. I know we don't always agree. I get a little fired up, sometimes too fired up or whatever. But at the end of it, dude, I know we all want to win. We're just tired of this, guys. I just wish they could have figured out a way to get this done with Jacobs. I wish they could have juggled some other things around. Game planned a little better to figure out a way to make this Jacobs thing happen. And it sucks they weren't able to. It really does, like the fact that weren't able to, get this thing done. I do think it's a fail. Maybe there's still hope that Jacobs will show up and play for us this year. I don't think he'll be happy. I don't think he'll be a Raider after this year, unless somehow the staff smoozes him over. But really fucked up. Like for me, there's a lot of guys on this team that if they didn't sign, I wouldn't be pissed, guys. Like, I hope you understand that. There's guys they could move on from. I would not be this emotional. But Josh Jacobs is a different dude. There's something about him and his leadership, who he is as a human being, his production, how he bleeds silver and black, how much he wants to win for this team and win a championship. That's priceless, guys. You can't put a price on a guy like that. A guy that's like got drafted by the Raiders, that used to be an Oakland Raider, transitioned over here, and he wants to win a championship with us more than anything. And I know, like, yeah, he wants to get paid, but fuck, he's only got like one. This is probably his only chance to get a paycheck, guys. It's not like wide receivers and quarterbacks where you have multiple chances to get a contract. Running backs have short leashes. You got one chance to get a ticket, and this is it. And so if he gets fucked by having to be forced to play on the franchise tag, can you blame the guy to risk injury or whatever? And this is your only shot to really have a chance to, like, hit a good contract, and you'll be lucky to get anything worth a shit after this year. You really will. I mean, running backs are so, demoralized, and they get beat to shit by the time they're 28, 29, their career is almost fucking done. So you almost have only one shot to get it right, to get a good contract. And if you don't play your cards right, you could be fucked, So, yeah. So J-Dog said Brady is why they won right after they never won again. Yeah. Yep. No, I mean, Patriots have never won after Brady. I mean, I think they've gone playoffs a couple times, but yeah, that's facts. I mean, you're being real, dude. So yeah. Southside Raider shout to you, said hindsight's 2020. This front office shouldn't have never extended Crybaby, Waller, and Renfro. Perform, produce, and then get paid. JJ was the only one who earned an extension. Yeah, no, you're right. Josh Jacobs the only one that earned a contract, but yeah, he's the only one that didn't get a contract. Isn't that fucked up? Like, the only guy that like probably truly earned a contract out of everybody is Josh Jacobs, and they didn't give him a contract. Like, the fuck, man. So I recognized last year 10 million is a raise. Yeah, it's a raise, but I mean, you get a chance playing on a franchise tag and possibly getting hurt. I mean, you got one shot to hit a ticket, man. It's like one shot for a contract. What would you do, man, if you were him? So Miguel, shout out to you, said, I don't know about all of you up in here, but I'm sick and tired of all this shit. Roster turnovers, coaching changes, bad contracts, horrible decisions. Fucking pissed. David needs to sell. Nah, Miguel, I've been going off, bro. I've been going off, man. I'm trying to tone I'm going to give myself a heart attack, so I'm trying to fucking calm down right now, dude. I'm pissed too, bro. I'm right there with you, man. Vent it out, bro. Let's vent it out to each other, man. Let's get this shit out. That's what this is here for, man. So, that's right, Stephanie. She said nobody's bigger than the Shield. Facts. Speak the truth. J-Dog said, paying Jacobs would make teams want to play for us. Facts. That's true. That's a big thing you gotta think about here, guys. How are other players going to perceive this coaching staff? Especially when Brandon Marshall has warned us about this, Coach McDaniel. So they don't pay Jacobs after Jacobs balled out. I think other players are going to have a lot of questions about wanting to play for us. So, and you can't blame them. Yep. So they said they should have gave him the 5th-year option. I don't even know if he would have played on that either. I mean, you're right. They should have, but like, if you're overproducing and you're a super stud, I mean, would that even be acceptable to you? I mean, so I don't know, you know. I don't think he would have played under the 5th-year option either. I think they should have I think whether they would have done the 5th-year option or not, they should give him a contract. He's got the most production out of all the running backs in the NFL. Okay. Next to Ezekiel Elliott and Alvin Kamara, the first 4 years of production in the NFL, Josh Jacobs is like 3rd on the list. Meaning Josh Jacobs' total production in the NFL is ahead of McCaffrey, ahead of Derrick Henry, ahead of Shaquan Barkley, like ahead of all these guys, ahead of Nick Chubb, like all the guys we consider the best of the best. Josh Jacobs' total production and total yards, passing and rushing is higher than all those other dudes. The only 2 guys that had more than him was Alvin Kamara, first 4 years in the NFL, and freaking Ezekiel Elliott. So other than that, Josh Jacobs like number 3. Total touchdowns, I think he's number 4 out of all the guys. But of the younger guys, besides like Ezekiel Elliott and Alvin Kamara, I'm pretty sure his like total touchdowns, I think he's number 2 behind, I think it's like Nick Chubb or something. I'd have to look it up. I have all the stats. I made a spreadsheet and shit. But yeah, so he's got like his production is off the charts, man. People like say he's injury prone, but they're not looking at the whole picture. You got to look at the first 4 years of production, man. Not saying you, but I'm saying anybody. I really think they want to build through the draft. I mean, yeah, but Josh Jacobs was a drafted player, you know, a homegrown dude. So what does that tell you about their true intentions? You know what I mean? So, I mean, you're right. They do want to build through the draft. I agree. They want to build through the draft. But like when you say that, right? Then it comes down to how long is this build picture? Because what you're talking about is a rebuild. And what you're saying is if that's their plan, right? That what you're saying is a 3 to 5 year plan. Think about that. What you're saying is a 3 to 5 year plan. Meaning the Raiders are going to be dog shit for probably the next 2 years. Seriously. We're going to be trash for the next 2 years. And you have to look at the contracts. Go in, look at the contracts if you haven't done it already. Look whose contracts expire when, and go look and see when, you know, guys making a lot of money, like a Devontae Adams, when their contract increases, and go look at like what happens to Devontae Adams' contract starting in 2025. In 2025, Devontae Adams' contract jumps to over $40 million a year. You think this coaching staff is going to want to keep Devontae Adams if his contract he's making over $40 million a year for a wide receiver? Maybe if we had a rookie quarterback, but I still highly doubt it. I highly doubt this coaching staff is going to keep Devontae Adams paying him $40 million a year. That's not the Patriot way. The Patriot way is to dump Devontae Adams before you have to pay him that money, and before that money becomes like guaranteed. But so you look at it like that, that means you have Devontae Adams this year, 2023, and next year, 2024. And after that, they're probably dumping his ass after 2024, if not before the end of 2024. So if we're in a 3 to 5 year game plan, how does that 2 year window with Devontae Adams fit in the 3 to 5 year game plan? And does it even fit in the equation of the 3 to 5 year game plan? Because if you're going to draft a Caleb Williams or, you know, a Drake May or whoever, even if they're a super stud quarterback, it doesn't mean you're going to go win a Super Bowl year 1 with that rookie quarterback. It's going to take 2 to 3, minimum 2, probably 3 years for that quarterback to be really good, to really give you a shot at making a Super Bowl run. Which means if we say tank this year for a quarterback and we get a top quarterback, then that means after this draft, count maybe the Raiders could be contenders for like 3 years from that point, right? So you're talking like what? That'd be the 2024 draft. The next draft will be 2024. So then you got to jump ahead. Okay. So you got 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027. You're telling me that we're not going to start really winning games and being serious until like 2026, 2027 year? The Raiders will not be a serious team trying to win until 2027. Anybody in Raider Nation, okay, with us not trying to win until 2026, 2027 year? Serious question, because that's what we're looking at. And I'm not exaggerating. If we're going to tank, we're going to get a quarterback. That's what we're looking at. So get rid of Jacobs. You get rid of Devontae Adams. Hopefully Devontae Adams teaches these young guys, the ropes. But you pulled Devontae Adams in here for no reason at all, to waste his time and to waste our money. And then you're probably going to get rid of Max Crosby right before you're ready in that win now mode in 2027. And then maybe after 2027, if you get the right quarterback, like Tom Brady's are growing on fucking trees. If you get the right quarterback starting in that 2026, 2027 year, then maybe you have a 5 to 10 year run where you cycle through these players. You constantly dump players and all this shit. So we're going to be dog shit for the next, 2-3 years. Devontae Adams won't be here by the time we're good. Max Crosby would probably be gone. Crazy stuff. People don't even think about this, man. So year 2, O'Connell might be solid. He's not. I'm talking about Super Bowls, bro. I'm not talking about mediocrity. I'm talking about Super Bowls. I'm talking about winning a championship. You think O'Connell's going to be ready to win a championship year 2? Highly doubt it. Highly doubt it, bro. At the same time, I'd say, I hope you're right. That'd be awesome. I'd support that, but said they're looking pretty bad. He said, the players. Yeah, paying Jacobs make teams want to play first. Yep. Start look at 2024. Said, all right, I'm trying to get caught up here. I can't remember how far back it went. Said, when Ziegler says expectations for his players, then lets them walk. Yeah, I know. They're two-faced, bro. I mean, like any player, if you're worth a salt, like you would see that and you would be like, I don't want to go there. Especially if you're a stud, man. Why would you, man? These guys are saying what they're talking out of both sides of their mouth, dude. That's why I said we're like at a fork in the road. One is win now and one is like full rebuild. And they're towing the line. They're like zigzagging. And as they're zigzagging, the zigzags are getting bigger and bigger because as we go, the fork in the road is getting wider and wider. And the zigzags got to get bigger, They have to choose a direction, guys. They can't skate fucking towing the line, trying to fucking go on both sides of the fence here, man. It's going to bite him in the ass. So I don't think JJ was part of their plans. Well, obviously, because they tried to, play him in the fucking, first preseason game last year. Hall of Fame game. So, yeah. Yeah, a year-to-year sport. I'm telling you, their plan is a 3 to 5 year plan, dude. So we're not going to be winning for a while. So, yeah, then Adams will be leaving, and then that top QB comes around. Yeah, they dumb, bro. I know. That's what they're doing, man. I know that's what they're doing. Yep. And then Charles Washington will be in here and be like, hey, it's only year 4 or 5 for these guys. Give them a chance. Charles gonna be like, it's only it's only year 4 or 5 for these guys. Give them a chance. I'm just kidding, Charles. I'm just busting your balls a little bit, but there will be some people like that, dude. You know what I mean? So I said a decade in making. Yeah, I know. Facts, dude. It's gonna be fucked up, man. Said yes year to year, but players like JJ don't come around too often. That's facts. I'm telling you, he's a different fucking dude, man. He's like a Barry Sanders, man. J-Dog said, I heard they was keeping O'Connell a secret because he killing it. They said that about players every year after let's practice. Yeah, they do. They hype up players. Yeah, they do, bro, for sure. Think about how Adams is feeling about this. Like, they got rid of his bro, dude. I know. I'll show you guys one thing. I'm gonna cut out of here in a minute, but show you my. Let's see what I got. So I didn't like the Aiden O'Connell pick, but I've been collecting some cards here and there, some football cards. So let's see, I got 4. Oh no, I got 5. All right, I got like, I don't know, 5 Aiden O'Connell cards, rookie cards. So in case he ends up being good and I end up being wrong, every once in a while I'm wrong about him. He throws a lot of interceptions. That's why I was upset about it, and I felt like it was a little bit too high. All right, so there's the Aiden O'Connell, next level. None of these are like super expensive, but a few of them are kind of cool. Here's a Bowen University Inception, kind of like these cards. So this one's autographed of Aiden O'Connell. There you go. And this one, that one's not numbered. And I got this one. And I'm going to give out some of these Aiden O'Connell cards too. I got a big stack to give out. So I got a bunch of this one. I don't have extras of the autograph ones. But this one right here, this is Bowman's First University. I got a stack. I think it's like 20 or so Aiden O'Connell cards that I'm putting these random packs I'm giving away on my other channel, which is a hardcore card collecting, giving out packs of 5. You guys tune in when I do my live streams. I usually go live Saturday at like I think it's like 6 or 7 p.m. Pacific time. There's an autographed Aiden O'Connell right there. And last one, another autographed Aiden O'Connell there. So they weren't too expensive. You know, a lot of guys are hyped up, like the Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, all that. And I was like, well, if I can get some, like, you know, cost-effective Aiden O'Connell cards, and then, you know, obviously I'll give some out, you know, to my other channel. Go live. I open up like 25 packs of like Raider cards I've bought in. Show you guys those, and then at the end we'll do the giveaway. I have a bunch of like, you know, packs of 5 that I give away to people, someone in the chat. So you just got to be subbed over there, and then put in whatever the keyword is. I got to do something different with the giveaway, the rules or whatever, because the stupid StreamYard thing I think was messed up. So yeah. But yeah, if you guys want, you guys tune in over there. It's it's called Hardcore Card Collecting. There's another channel I created for, like, you know, sports fandom, you know, and whatnot. So I'll show you, put a link in the chat here real quick. We just did the 1973. I'm doing some editing on that one. Here. But yeah, here's my last video. So this was like a themed one of the 1973 Topps year, which would have been the year of the Immaculate Reception. And I gave a complete set of Raider cards away for that year, of pure Raider cards, to someone in the chat. So that was pretty cool. So yeah. But yeah, there's a link to my other channel if you guys want to check that out at some point or whatever, and give me a sub over there. So, but yeah, I'm going to head on out, guys. I'm getting burned out here. So appreciate everybody. Stephanie, appreciate you. You know, Charles, it's good talking with you, man. Good banter. I like when people don't always agree with me. So yeah, so appreciate you, man. And then of course J-Dog up in here. Appreciate you, bro, man. Hope that doesn't happen. But and everybody else, you know, appreciate everybody in the chat. Gonna get hit on out of here. I'll put on the if you hadn't seen it yet, I'll put on the intro I did for the 1973 card show. We'll show like just kind of all the players from that year. That was a full set I gave away. It was kind of cool. And then put Al Davis in the background. And so I'll put that show in here as I get on out of here. But yeah, you guys have a good night. Appreciate you guys a lot. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys could give me a sub over to my hardcore card collecting channel. And I'm Hardcore Raider. There's only one nation. That's Raider Nation. Hopefully we see Jacob suit up this year. It's going to be real disappointing otherwise. So I'm out of here. Later.
The greatness of the Raiders. Some may scoff, but what other pro sports team is instantly identified with a song like Equality? Or was his greatest accomplishment providing the NFL with a much-needed villain?
If there's anything we've ever done that I'm particularly proud of, I would have to say that the perpetuation of the greatness of the Raiders, to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others.
The thing that disturbed me most of all was the bad faith and fair dealing. For 3 years, I waited to hear Commissioner Rozelle finally tell us the reason that he wanted to split up this territory amongst the owners. They wanted it for themselves.
Commitment to excellence. There's a commitment to excellence. The greatest players. We could get the greatest coaches. The great games we've played in. The flame that would burn brightest here is the will to win. Is the will to win. Is the will to win.
Your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You were magnificent.
The effort is outstanding. How about those Raiders, man? I'm really not into dreams anymore, okay? I'm into fucking nightmares. You guys with me on that? You gotta end somebody's dream. You gotta take their job. You gotta take their heart. Are you guys clear about this NFL shit now?
Commitment to excellence. There's a commitment to excellence. The greatest players. We could get the greatest coaches. The great games we've played in. The flame that would burn brightest here is the will to win. Is the will to win. Is the will to win.
Your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You were magnificent.
But the thing that I like this week, that was better than last week, nobody gave up. So that was huge for us.
The greatness of the Raiders.